Second bit, when you go to sajda, how to put your hands in sajda and where to put your hands. Again, the hadith of Wa'il bin Hujr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, أنه صلى الله عليه وسلم كان إذا سجد وضع وجهه بين كفيه. In the riwayah of Muslim, and there are many hadith on these chapters, in these chapters, but we choose some of them. Wa'il bin Hujr said that when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam would go to sajda, he would put his face between his hands, his kaffay. So here. Now, how far that should be apart, okay? Hanafis, they prefer it to be right near the face, to the extent that some ulama say if your ears were to bleed, the blood will fall on your hand. It should be between your hand and hand, right close to it, or somewhere in the region of the face and where the shoulders are, that apart, not that far apart. Also for sajda, hadith of Abu Humayd al-Sa'idi, he said فَإِذَا سَجَدَ, about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam explaining his salah, he said فَإِذَا سَجَدَ وَدَعَ يَدَيْهِ غَيْرَ مُفْتَرِشٍ وَلَا قَابِضَهُمَا وَاسْتَقْبَلَ بِأَطْرَافِ أَصَابِعِ رِجْلَيْهِ الْقِبْلَةِ. So he said he didn't spread his hand like on the floor. He didn't spread his hand on the floor, and he didn't hold his fingers like a fist. He pointed, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam pointed from his fingers towards the Qibla, and his dhira'i, forearms was not on the ground but above it. Okay. And there's another hadith where Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "i'tadilu fi sujood wa la yabsutu ahadukum dhira'ayhi in bisat al-kalb." In Bukhari and other hadith, that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, adopt a moderate position in sujood, and none should stretch his forearms like a dog. So his arm shouldn't be ahead of him where his elbows and forearm are on the floor like a dog. Neither behind him should be on the floor. And also another hadith of Muslim about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "إذا سجدت فدع كفيك وارفع مرفقيك." This is very clear hadith. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when you do sajda, then put your hands, palms down and raise your elbows, in the very clear words. And this hadith is also in Muslim. Okay. And also there is I think last hadith on this subject is from Maymuna radiyallahu ta'ala anha. She said, كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا سجد جافى بين يديه حتى لو أن بهمة أرادت أن تمر تحت يديه مرت. She said, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he would do sajda, he kept his arms so far away. Like, your arms shouldn't be near you in sajda, should be far away, giving way. She said, it was so far away that if a lamb wanted to go under it, it would do. If a little animal wanted to go past under him in sajda, he would do. So not blocking, his arm is outwards rather than inwards. Yeah? And this is further explained in the hadith of Abdullah bin Buhayna. He said his armpits would be seen. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to, open his arm until you could see his armpits. Yeah. But if you are in a place where there is ziham, there's a lot of people, then you are not expected to put your elbows in people's ears. Rather, but if you are an imam or praying alone, or if you're praying in masjid where there's plenty of space, yes, you would spread. But where it comes to make ease for your brother next to you is more important than putting your elbow in it. So you'll go as much as you can. Yeah, because sometimes what people do, go in sajda first before everyone else, and then spread his wings so the other person can't even. So just be careful in jama'ah. And most people who saw Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam pray, they saw him as an imam or praying alone. Yeah. Very rarely Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed in the saf. Very rarely. Also, in this bab of sajda, there is a hadith from Abi Humayd, also explaining the salah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, إِذَا سَجَدَ فَرَّجَ بَيْنَ فَخِذَيْهِ غَيْرَ حَامِلِ بَطْنَهُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ مِّن فَخِذَيْهِ. Rawahu Abu Dawood. Basically, he kept his thighs wide and did not let his stomach touch his thighs. So in sajda, rather his thighs were up and his stomach not attached to his thighs. Yeah. So the back is raised and towards forward. Does it make sense? The stomach not touching the thighs. Like sometimes the kids, they put their stomach on the thighs. Yeah, not like this. Rather, thighs raised, spread, and that's done. That's how to do sajda.